Hey
while I
guys.
look through this. Just real quick, I think pretty much everyone's in Discord that's going to be here. We're just
Alright,
going to ask you
so
to keep comms clear for the most part. We're going to try to make this a smooth run in
doing
and
a
out.
commentary run here.
And ZTZ will be taking the Rhines tonight, leading us. We have Suture
I'm
as
gonna
an
try
off
and
tank
lower
and Shugen.
this.
If you have any questions, please direct them to Lethane. And we'll have some fun.
Alright, Shugen, you gotta pick up accent.
So just how I like to start these runs. This is a PuG that we're kind of commentating, right? So is we just kind of
Druid, can you pick up the Firelord that came in? Already got it.
we're looking for dispels, obviously, and then we're looking to kind of like see how the tanks are getting healed, and then we basically adjust our healing on the tanks based off that, right? So
Show this loader.
you'll see that I'm doing a little bit of pet healing here. Typically, I like to use renew now. The type of renew you use is somewhat important, right? Because
Alright. Just need Night Power, the Mage, change SR.
what you don't want to do is you don't want to use really max rank renew, because typically somebody will be healing the pets and that'll get overwritten, and the pets aren't like super important to keep alive at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Just like realistically, like it's nice if you can keep them alive, but it's not like the biggest deal in the world. So the idea is that we are doing our best, but we're not gonna like over focus, if that makes sense, right?
Okay to jump down if you just want to wait for it.
Hey, gamers, going to the right.
So we normally don't have time to like in like a main run to do a lot of pre-shielding, but in a run like this, you can see that we so
Yeah,
I'm also gonna just try and whenever I can, I try and make use out of
Yeah, come on down.
prayer healing, but it's kind of rough.
You
You want to get that off the tank immediately right there, like because I think it makes them do like less physical damage. I have to double check that, but like so they have a harder time getting threats. They still can take actions, but I don't know if they can taunt actually, because I think they lose access to their abilities, is what it is, but they...
I got skull, or I got square.
You have to be careful on these.
Night Power doesn't know what SR is.
We just rolled them.
Oh, we got pants down here. That was bad.
Right, kill square.
I was kind of thinking in my head because he had just mentioned the SRs, and I wanted to double check to see if they had locked them yet. Something with SR runs in general, you want to like, you know, this is a competitive game, so you like, it's kind of like war basically, and you want to basically try and like figure out what other people need, what they want, and then you adjust your soft res based off that, right? So we're constantly looking at soft res.
We're gonna go ahead and pull
Before they lock it, if that makes sense, right? And most of the time, obviously, you only care for your class. So we're going to take the opportunity to get a full drink here. We're going to actually just top some of these people off, because why not? We have the mana. Full drink. Probably get some,
Wait for this dog.
That guy must have dispelled like the whole raid of the other core hound debuff that I usually don't think is necessary.
Get this dog to pull up, and we'll pull the dog. Actually, no. Alright, we're gonna pull Skull and X over here. Gonna take Skull.
This is a really weird path, so we're not really used to that, which is fine. It's just, it seems like there's a lot of focus on the tanks in this raid. Like the shamans seem to be healing them as well, so that's fine. So we're just gonna. One thing you have to be careful with the pet renewing is that you saw right there, it does take a global, right? So.
Dog is coming back. Healers, go ahead and drink real quick.
It's still recharging.
So, like, you can catch yourself in a bad spot. This looks like a raid we're going to be drinking a lot, so I'm going to be able to maybe I use less renew on the pets outside of certain cases, and I use more flash heals on them and stuff like that, because I'm going to be able to recover the mana after, right? So it's just, everything is hyper-dependent on the situation.
Night Power, you're in Discord. That doesn't mean that you reserve loot. You have to go to the link to reserve your loot.
It's not ready yet.
I don't think that it doesn't seem to be that they locked it yet, so we're just kind of...
Heals.
So I see somebody getting really beat up like that. I just,
I'll also DM you the link in Discord.
yeah.
The star. Dog's on the way back.
Yeah, so we can use a little bit more
Yeah, it's gonna be dog next.
mana here, but...
Back to the star.
That's still recharging. That still isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Moving over.
Dog behind.
Okay, so this is something you really want to get off. A little bit unfortunate, honestly. You want to get it off the warriors or people who are tanking, because it basically acts as like... It's like a 35% health reduction. But what that means, essentially, is that you healed them kind of like for 35%. You can think of it as that, you know? I'm going to full drink here. I don't really care what's happening. I don't mind losing the dispel out in the dispels for these, because it's just worth it for me to full drink, because...
Spawn.
Lava spawn.
Grabbing the annihilator.
Yep, you gonna pull it?
Sometimes you just need to like suck it up and full drink, you know. It's just, it is what it is. Like it's gonna be a lot better overall if we full drink. Okay. Always try and play in front when you can. Obviously, we kind of got just caught up in the back there. Not the end of the world, but...
Just gonna face pull it.
Everyone stack Surger, please.
Not only is it good for Surger stacking, just in general, but also just like you want to be able to get in the front and then drink. See, this is what happens when you're not in the front.
I don't know what gear you need.
I think it's almost better if he face pulls next to Surgers, because
Whoa.
usually I get ends.
That guy hit hard. This is actually a really good reason. Hold on 1 second.
Guys, everyone needs to be stacked for the Surgers, by the way.
He hit me in autoed, basically. That's really annoying.
One more in there.
You should always have this on, though. You should always have Inner Fire on. It's a mistake not to. Sometimes you'll just see me not have it. I need to make a weak core for it. It's just like a lazy thing. I was about to say in Molten Core it's not that important, but ironically it's sort of more important in Molten Core, I feel like, because in other instances, like... It's important in Nax as well.
Good banish.
But in Molten Core, it's kind of like more important than you would think, because...
Yeah, I'm having him pick 2 pieces of gear, and I'll keep track of it.
Basically what's happening is like there's a lot, the charging of the mobs, like you just saw there, can do a lot of damage. Like in Nax, the damage is a lot more predictable. Like, you can take a lot of physical damage if you're in the wrong position, but that's usually if you're in the wrong position. In this, it's more just like you can get kind of blown up for no reason. I mean, there is always a reason, but, you know, it can happen like a lot quicker sometimes. There's like Nax, if you're like aware of your positioning, for the most part, you're kind of like okay, right?
Plug the corner.
You should still have it up always all the time.
I'm gonna wait for the boss to arrive. Go ahead
So we're
and
just
mark.
drinking here. Using our macro, I spam it to make sure it works. It works. Nothing to dispel. So what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna have to pull dogs first. So I'm just gonna shield some warriors, get some pre-shields out.
I can't use that item yet.
I'm gonna grab them once they're good.
The idea is you're just always trying to be doing something. This is why we get a lot of water from the start, right? Just what I do when I enter the raid, you guys didn't see it initially, but you just trade every mage, and instead of having one of them give you like a ton of water because they get kind of pissy about it sometimes, even though you're gonna use it, you know,
Hands
you
down. Keep them tight.
just get a little bit of water from multiple. Now the thing is like if you're in like a fast guild, like a guild that is going fast, you're not gonna have a lot of mages, so they're just gonna have to carry the burden, or maybe you make a mage alt and fill yourself up or something before raid, you know, or you just buy it in Kargath before raid, buy an org before raid. I've done that before. The thing is, you don't want to spend too much on it because it kind of defeats the purpose, right, of
Still recharging.
getting the water for free,
When the boss walks
obviously,
forward this way,
because
we can do the boss right here, right?
the point is that you could buy mana biscuits from
Doesn't
Argent Dawn,
Yep.
We'll do one.
but
Use that item yet.
Okay, we're doing the 4 hounds first anyway.
yeah, you could buy them from Argent Dawn, but it's
Alright, I'm
like,
just gonna pick up the cigar.
you know, that's more expensive. And in terms of using the biscuits versus this, unless you're doing like an actual speed run, I would not suggest using the biscuits. I mean, it's just like, it's an additional expense for almost no benefit for like, you know, for no reason. Like, anybody who complains about like the mages, like
That guys?
it is their job to make water. Like, they have the spell for a reason. It's not really that complicated. Obviously, if you're trading somebody like as the raid's going on for water, if you didn't get it like before it starts, that's a problem. But there should be an opportunity for you to get water before the raid, right? If there's not, that's kind of on the mage. But obviously, like, you shouldn't be trading them during. I mean, if you have to, you have to. But like, you should be, you know, trying to play around them to some degree. Obviously, like, you're not trying to like.
He just wants.
Right, I'm gonna pull the skull.
It's still
Choke get X. Suture get square. Do a pull.
That's still recharging. I can't
Only in 8
use
seconds,
that item
gamers.
yet.
So we're just gonna.
Curse.
Yes. This is a great time for restorative potions. Yep, make sure you purge people.
And then,
Isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Decurse, please.
DCC'd, holy shit.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast it.
Alright, mine, make sure you purge Shamrock. Purge Shamrock. Purge Shamrock. Purge Suitor. Nice, good job on that one. Purge Crumbly. Good.
That's still recharging.
Please don't kill me.
Spell isn't ready yet.
Alright, finish up the ads.
Gee, that took a long time to kill that.
Please don't kill me.
That's still recharging.
Does any hunter need
So
to
what
try
happens
out?
on that fight that can be a little bit annoying is that you
We'll be
get
rolling
the
rest of the gear
curse
later, but this
that
is
makes
one
your
button
you saw that we were basically just dispelling
Please roll
there,
if you need the item.
and we actually went right? And the reason why that happens is because if you don't get a decurse
Please roll.
when you're casting your dispel, it actually costs like way more mana. Now Priestess spell already costs too much mana in general.
Dags missed
It
out on
costs
heavy
like
Dark Knight range.
222. I think it actually gets doubled,
But don't worry, I'm here.
so it's just not good, right? Raid is locked. Okay, good.
Oh, fuck.
Oops. Priest. Just double checking my
Alright, we
soft res,
will
then we'll
unboon
continue the
before
commentary.
The next boss, but not now. We'll tell you guys when.
Oh, I don't know why I'm not booning
Good.
already. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother for the dogs. Let's boon before the next boss. That's dumb. I just forget because this honestly might be a bit of a longer raid, so it's kind of okay.
Bring that dog in. The gory, or can I get
Not like
warrior
a
to taunt
super
that?
long raid, obviously. Like, not that anything's wrong with the raid, but like, it just seems like the pace that we're pulling at is sort of slow. Maybe this isn't like the perfect run to commentate. And it's pretty good pug pace, I guess. It seems to be fine.
Alright, let these dogs despawn before we pull the next. We'll be pulling the right side.
It's always worth it. People make fun of people for like healing the warlocks. I mean, if you have the mana, it's always worth it to heal the warlocks. Like, it's just stupidity to not, right? Because like they need to be healed at some point, and when you have close to max mana, there's like 0 point in not casting heal on them, right? It's just because at that point your mana just being wasted, right? So, oh shit, you have to be careful. See how I pulled threat there on that dog because I got the heal off early. So you do want to be in the stack. It's not a big deal if one of these dogs runs to you, though, as long as you're just heads up and you bring it back to the stack like I did there. We're actually going to take Will the Forsaken out and put it on our bar because I almost am certain that
We are going to unboon once these die. Healers, get your mana.
that I put this in the wrong spot. Like, it's not bound in the right spot. Refresh this. It's supposed to be... I think I replaced the bind for some reason. So, unboon. Shit.
It's still recharging.
I'm just gonna get a couple ticks of drinks. We're gonna let this basically go to 100% mana during the pack unless something catastrophic happens to the tank. We're gonna have our... Yeah, so we just have, like,
Stack.
we're moused over him just in case something bad happens, right? And then we would just cast a shield on him or something, but that's typically how I like to play it when I like to drink. I try and be in range of the tank. Yeah, that was a waste.
Hilo, I don't know why your room. But we are going into this boss.
Nope, that's a...
Let the dog despawn. There we go.
The shamans are really, like, spamming in this raid. I think we have a lot of shamans is why.
Shamans, drop your totems, your tremor totems.
So you can max range the sphere even if
Make
you
sure
don't
they're in
have
range.
Will the Forsaken. The tricky part is see how the tank goes deep? Yeah, okay. We actually missed the... We're gonna try and get some of these spheres off. There's a balance though, right? You don't wanna...
It's still recharging.
You're out the fire.
I think the shaman is just sitting in the fire to, like... Yeah, you should obviously have Will the Forsaken bound, but, like,
Here, coming up in 1 second.
for some reason I think I bound it to something else. And I'm almost certain I did not, like, change it before this raid. And I don't know what I bound it to, so that's why we just pulled it out of our thing. That's the problem with having multiple characters. Your keybind should be consistent over all of them, but... The raids are so easy at this point, I'm doing a lot of things, like, last second.
Can we get a douse on that,
And
please?
typically speaking...
Ooh.
Yeah, see, my fort key is not... I just tried to fort those people. My fort
Yeah,
key
you can
is
name and chat it down,
not
just so we know.
what it is on the other character. For some reason, I have to do that after the raid. Problem is I'm farming so often that like after this raid I'll go bring another character out to farm or something, so it's like I never change the binds on this character, but not a good excuse. You should just do it, you know?
We got imps, AoE.
It's a just do it situation.
Keep moving, stay left.
Hug to the left.
I like these guys. Maybe I'll just do the run with them.
Hug to the left hand side.
Especially, I have to look them up and see if they're black. Like, these guys are pretty chill. I have to see if like their Blackwing layer clears. As long as it clears in like under 2 hours, I don't really care that much. I don't need like a perfect run. I just don't want to sit in there for like 4 hours, you know, and then possibly not clear.
We're just gonna go
All the way to the right. No. Okay, you're gonna go left. Usually we go right, all the way right.
Okay, we can go right then.
Yeah, a little bit behind here, but it's kind of okay. I don't think they're gonna
Guys, we're gonna
pull.
stack up for a surger
You
here.
want to like
Everyone's behind.
so.
So,
Typically, you want to drink walk a lot in here, right? The thing is, though, is that during that particular path, it's such a long path that most of the time you don't really need. I'm gonna actually fort this guy. That'd be a good way.
Got Skull X. I'll pick up Skull. X.
Yeah, most of the time during that particular path, you don't really need to like drink walk. Because it used to be that you could drink walk seamlessly, so like you didn't even have to stop, like you could just, you know, but then when they fixed the batching, you can't do that anymore, so now you have to stop a little bit at least, so
Go and pulse.
Might be able to get this dog in the middle if you.
Okay, yeah. Wait for the
so it will slow you down a little bit.
TV.
If you're ahead of the group, most of the time it doesn't really matter that much, right? So
mine?
let's try and get this off the tanks first, then probably the shamans.
Me?
Right.
Is it me?
Then another DPS.
Yeah. What was it?
In a raid like this, people are gonna be maybe potentially a little bit upset with
If anyone
you.
has mining, feel free to hit the notes and just trade the ores to the thing. Our main miner's not here tonight.
I got it, buddy.
Okay, Forkin got it.
You know, it's just gonna take a while to get stuff off.
Grab the other annihilator.
Rumboy, just make sure. Rumboy, just make sure.
Because there's just a lot of stuff at the end of the day, you know.
But Forkin's gonna.
We're gonna get some
mining
ticks
now.
here because it's a solo mob. Anytime you see like a solo mob
Perfect.
where there's not much else like behind it, it's generally a good idea to get some ticks if you can.
Grab this. I want to hear your excuses.
This guy still doesn't have fort, but I haven't really. I want to. I'm not super concerned.
Suture.
He's not like pumping super
We
hard.
need
I
to
don't
make
think.
our tank have it at least.
Oh, he is actually.
Skull X.
Okay, we got 4 on him.
Go and pulse Skull.
I'm just looking for a time where it wasn't gonna completely grief my mana. It doesn't. We only have 3 priests, and I feel like the other ones aren't gonna be super active in getting forts on people. So it kind of is what it is. They're probably gonna end up calling for it. That was bad. I canceled like heals. It didn't look like that started. Is why I got confused there, honestly.
There's an annihilator over there.
My bar is also needs to be in a different spot. I'm gonna change that as well. I think that's like part of what's causing the confusion.
Get away from mana and then pull it.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah, let the mana out real quick.
I'm used to it being in a different spot.
There's 2.
Maybe we can fix it like
Yeah,
when
just
there's a
one
little
pulse.
downtime or
Please pull
something.
back.
I should.
This will be rage mob, so that means don't go crazy on it. Let your warriors get rage, and then we're gonna go right into the boss after that. So also do not go
There we
crazy
go.
with mana.
Fixed.
Are you guys ready?
See, he has the reason why we're shielding in just in places like this because it's just free because he has rage already. He's max
Boss fight's
rage.
a lot easier.
So whenever there's somebody like that's max rage, it's not really a problem, right?
We're good to kill the rage.
Pick up X, and then
You notice I don't have
Sutra-
DBM on. You can use DBM if you want. I just don't like the new version of it, and these raids are really easy. So there's also weak auras that are very good substitutes for DBM. I feel like they're better in a lot of cases. But feel free to use DBM. It's not like wrong to use DBM. I just know this stuff like the back of my hand, right? Okay. Just gonna try and decurse tanks.
Decurse.
Bro.
Use decurse.
Bro.
Decurse on ZTZ, please.
Decurse.
Thanks. Decurse CTZ.
Please decurse.
That's crazy, bro. There's so many mages in this raid. And there's druids too.
Yeah, we'll bring 15 next time and maybe we'll get one.
That was like
Alright, can I get a dowser, please?
the craziest shit I've ever
Like,
seen.
Suture got that one? Am I right?
So our HPS was probably really bad in that fight because we were so like we were healing the tank who
And this Annihilator.
had the curse on him.
Community got it. Just kidding. All I've seen is a big fat Tauren on the thing.
And like normally what you could do, right, is you
Slim quick with it, okay?
Let's go ahead and go.
yeah, so normally what you do is you basically just heal
This Annihilator.
the tank and then you can start shielding other people
Please.
who are not decursed, right, and stuff like that, but
You think so?
we basically used our
Really
shield
cool.
because he wasn't decursed, and then we have no other recourse aside from just spamming like max rank flash into somebody who
It is good to clear everything with pugs, but
Is
we're actually
taking-
competent tonight, so
is taking like 0%, or he's taking like no heals, you know, from the. It's actually I think it's 75%, but it's.
Yeah, I know.
See that shield is just to catch up on him because obviously we weren't an LOS of
it's all about
him.
the jury.
That's fine to do. Especially if you see like if other healers are bombing on him, it's fine to just like let them handle it. But I didn't see that in this case, right?
GOE of the night.
Where's some fucking Night Slayer?
What is my pants on this character? These, okay. Yeah, I never ended up getting. I know it's ironic because I made a video about the other. Okay, I gotta make sure we get that off the tank. Gotta watch the.
Guys, use some cooldowns. We need to kill these Firelords.
Kill the Firelords
That was
first.
bad. That was a bad global I used on the pet there.
Lava spawn, lava spawn.
That was a trolling global.
Clean up so far.
I thought the
Kill
tank was
Firelord.
going. It looked like he had heals cast on him, and then sometimes people cancel, which is weird though, because like whoever that guy was who had the cast on him
There we go.
had like max, like it was gonna go off. I'm pretty sure. Like there's no.
Good
Gonna
shit.
use that to help
That was a
catch
good
back
pickup.
up.
By the extra tanks.
I honestly have a little bit of ego about the lava spawn.
Alright, let's get some mana.
I don't want to be next to this thing if it's. Yeah, I have a little bit of ego about the lava spawn debuffs.
Hell dog is on the way. We can wait for him though for mana.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll go ahead and pull the build dog. Easy, thank you. Go ahead and snag it if we can.
Coming.
Thank you.
That's annoying.
And stun.
Spam shield on tank here. Comes out. A lot of times you're safe to do that because, see, a shaman or a druid is doing the exact same thing with nature's swiftness, right? So they get like double the effect. They get their health is going to come back, and your shield's going to come back. Because otherwise, it would be a question of,
Can we pull this
you know,
Yeah.
do we want to actually start a flash shield because you can get more HPS? Oops.
Careful there, because he can get the pack on the left.
In a
Annihilator can. Yeah, can we
in a
bring
bit
it
of
back
a shorter window.
Bring it back towards the wall.
Yeah,
Just to be safe. we go. Should be okay there.
But yeah, like 90% of the time you just want to use the shield. It's the safest option.
X. And then if that dog pulls, Druid, you're gonna pick up square if the dog pulls.
So again, we have like tons of mana, so just casting a little flash on that guy, not the end of the world, right? Yeah, let's like get what's going on.
X is primarily your pickup target. Sorry, I should have stated that.
See, we're just like watching the tanks like a hawk. We casted the wrong rank on that guy, I think, but it's whatever. So even when we're healing other people, we're like ready to cancel and immediately be on the
I
tank.
feel like we're competent enough not to pull the extra ads, but I don't know, maybe we should just in case.
This is why, philosophically speaking, I think the person who is like your fastest person should be not main tank healer, if that makes sense, right? Because they're always going to be watching main tank anyway, for like spot stuff, and they can react quickly to being on the tank, so they can peel off raid when needed to attack the
I think these always pull together.
Yeah, they do.
Depends. Like in some encounters and some bosses and stuff, you need to be like for example in Blackwing Lair, there's more attention that gets focused on the tank, right? Because things are more dangerous. But thought he was gonna get hit by a 2 there, so I.
Don't get too close to the dog over there. I don't know what tank's pulling it.
See, like we just stopped our heal on that guy, right? Because it looked a little sketchy. But yeah, sometimes you just need to be like spamming that one target is the thing. It depends on the situation.
I've seen it pull Gar from there. You want to wait till he gets all the way to the left.
Yeah,
Oh.
not right there.
I thought that he pulled it. I thought that he said that it pulled.
Give me a second to finish
We
marking
trust you, Loud Milk.
Diamond.
Okay.
Alright, Warlogs. Perp, you are gonna get Diamond. Xander, you are gonna get Moon.
This is another fight for
Ugly,
pre-shields.
And you have one more. Tom Cruise, you are gonna get
It sucks like having. I mean, you can't really do anything about it, but like, so yeah, we let that heal go through because obviously it was coming in, but I think they're gonna give us mana here, so I'm not gonna bother runing here.
Translate, hang on.
I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna bother getting the pet because it's just like if they don't let us drink, it's like really bad, right? We actually have like another priest that's kind of like dispelling as well. In terms of dispels on this, you'll see when we pull the boss. I'm not really super concerned about it in most cases.
Parker, please. Bring the mobs over to the left. We'll tank Gar right where he is.
You want to get the tanks here.
Pull
If they have no
15.
rage at all, it's a little bit sketchy to shield them. But this guy has some rage, and he's about to get like destroyed because all these things might hit him at once. Is the problem? So see,
You're gonna need a wall.
yeah. Gotta get this guy now. You gotta be ready for that right off the start. Like, you see, it's really good that he had a pre-shield on there because we had the flash heal follow up, and then we were able to very easily, if we need to, just send another heal onto him.
Please Please keep your banishes until
How I like to play this fight is... See, the other priest is dispelling the debuff on the tank. It can be good to do that sometimes, because the thing is that it's not really worth it to dispel the immolate from a damage perspective, right? However, from a utility perspective, it can be worth it to dispel the immolate, because if you do need to dispel the chains, right, now the immolate can't block the dispel. Now that's not necessarily that big of a problem, because if it's really a situation where it's like the tank needs, like, oh, I need dispel on chains or something, right?
Please keep
Please
keep them up. Do not stop.
What you can do is just, if all the priests are spamming him with dispels, right,
Do not be AoEing them.
it is going to remove the debuff, right? Now, dispelling these is more okay, because we're at the stage of the fight where it's not going to be instantly reapplied. Most likely. You want to also be cognizant of your positioning here. You have to be sort of careful being next to banish ads, like I was there. I'm just going to drop that on that so it doesn't get wasted, because we already popped it. If the fight was looking close, I would have saved it for a tank, but I think we're going to be absolutely fine. It's not really... I think we have... The fight is super under control.
Melee on.
Yeah, that was not good. That was a waste.
Thank you for the douse, Deadbird.
So you see, we're switching to, like, heal now, because we're
We got
So a moon.
a little lower on mana.
We got moon and triangle still.
Yeah, we actually, this was a little bit worse than I thought. We are actually a bit here, so we kind of misjudged our mana. It happens sometimes, I mean.
Kill moon, kill triangle.
This is also why you don't really want to spam. See how this guy has like so many dispels? He's like dispelling like this guy has done like no healing this fight. You know what I mean? Like, but not to flame him, of course. He's probably just new or whatever. But like, that's a good example of why you don't want to just like spam dispels out. Because sure, he's got a bunch of dispels, but he's got a bunch of chains that didn't really matter when it was looking kind of sketchy at the end, right? And we probably could have used some of that mana.
Xander needs a res, guys. One of you healers need a res Xander.
07, Xander. Thank you for your service.
I'm gonna not be the reser because we need to 4 people here, so...
He's up his way.
This is like one of the tougher spots in the raid mana-wise, because you have to rebuff from Gar. Right now we only have 3 priests, of course they pull. This is a spot, if you're a raid leader watching this, or if you're a healer that can like talk sense to a raid leader, obviously if you're speedrunning, you know, you just have to suck it up and go. But if you're not speedrunning, this is like the spot in the raid that you should be regenerating your mana, right? Like there's no point here to be pulling like anything. It just doesn't make any sense. Just
you're gonna banish
literally
Square, Tom Cruising, you're gonna banish Moon.
sit down and drink, you know? We need 4 on group 4 too. I'm trying to get as many out as we can, but...
Good banishes, good banishes. We need one more banish.
Don't be afraid to communicate like I just
Please
did.
banish.
This guy's too... God damn it, bro.
This is the one that drops fire, I'm pretty sure. So don't stand in it. Yep.
Oh my god.
Don't be afraid to like...
Already have time. No more banishes.
Mark that move.
I will pick up Moon. Pick up Square as well. Bring him back.
Is that guy like actually dead? He's...
When they're in the banish on the last second and the taunt goes through.
Oh god.
Thanks.
Yeah, I shouldn't have walked up here. This is gonna be very rough because
Go ahead and try your little
we're gonna have to find a way to get
You guys
4 on
really
some of
wanna do
these
that. You did a little
people.
early, but still worked.
But it's gonna be annoying because 4 just costs so much mana. This is another part of the raid you really don't want to be dispelling. There's a fire debuff here. It's like incite flames or something. You don't want to dispel this because it just consumes like every global you have basically, because it can get reapplied as well, and it doesn't really matter because the only thing it's doing is negating your shaman's totem, which realistically is basically doing nothing anyway. 60 extra FR in most cases is honestly dog shit. It really isn't making a difference in most cases. It's going to get you like a partial sometimes at most, right? It's not that you wouldn't want to dispel it, obviously, right? You do, but it's just if you can't afford to, you can't afford to, and in most cases here you just can't afford to. Like, people are just getting
eventually. No, I'm responding to that.
You ready for this back?
Yeah, go ahead and pull. Joe, you're gonna pick up X. I'm gonna pick up.
This guy is like, he thinks he's like gaming on the dispels.
Until they come back. Bring it back. Alright, now you can do your banishes.
Oh shit, this is bad. Okay, we're fine.
Kill Skull, guys.
It's still recharging.
Skull's dead, we're killing a Flame Guard X.
Always top yourself here, because like,
Pick up square.
you're the healer, right? And if you, like, obviously tanks are kind of first priority, but you are more important than a DPS warrior.
We're gonna go on
Because
band.
if you die,
We're all back.
it just cuts down, especially if you know you're gaming.
Square come first.
If you die, like, it cuts down the,
Dead bird needs fort. When Priest gets a chance.
cuts down, like, the amount of healing that goes out overall.
X. Square. We can go ahead and pull Skull, please, for me.
Oh, we have a mob
Okay,
back
still
here.
have an ad.
Oh shit.
Oh, way too early.
Was that a pawn? I didn't see it. All good.
But yeah, people see the number,
I can't cast that yet.
and they're like, on the fire resist, and they're like, oh my god, like, you need to get that off, you know, like, it's so scary, right? But it's really not scary at all, because
We need some forts and arcane intellect.
we really just need that bound.
Let's take this moment to buff and grab mana.
I love how, like, they didn't even let us get for it, like,
Bro, I ain't healing a single fucking mage till I get an AI. Not a single fucking one.
oh my god, this guy is
You guys ready?
salty, bro. I'm not really ready, but, you know, it is what it is.
Your banish out on square. Good job.
Okay, so
Flex.
Fuck.
No more banishes.
Got a couple fishing casts in between this pack, but
Out of
we're
the
kind of
fire.
like stopping it,
We will
but
pull
we don't. We just need to. We never like fully caught up from after Gar, is the problem. You know, if that makes sense, you know. We just never really fully caught up.
That's still
He's getting kind of like blasted, so I just put an extra shield on him in case.
Alright, we still got
It's
one
like
more pack.
you never want to fort somebody like this when you're like low, right? So I'm just gonna wait until we get more mana. Somebody blood rage, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait until we get more mana.
If we pulled him
No,
right here,
Yeah, I guess we're okay. Yeah.
please just follow up with distract, please.
Back on the right, guys.
Okay, we're fine.
Caster.
Okay.
Yeah, my distract.
It's a stupid Firefin snapper pull, man.
We're gonna
Yeah,
need
it's
another
so
rogue
low.
to distract.
I would tell that guy not to dispel incite flames, but sometimes people don't react well when you like tell them
Yes. If you do,
what to
Okay,
do.
we need to
You
pull
know?
this.
So
go ahead and pull.
You resist the pull.
Alright, you guys ready?
I'll pull it. No time.
it's fine to shield him here because he got full rage. We weren't able to get that
Back
fishing
forward.
cast because we're actually
Just
on
against the wall here.
this
That's very good.
character. Okay, so we dispel ourselves first, right?
Really
We'll
out.
dispel the people. We get this warlock, we
Come back
shield
to it and Get
him,
out of the raid.
then we dispel. Gotta get the hunters. Fuck the
Yeah.
hunters, actually, you get the mages first.
Take it.
Then you get the hunters.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, hunters.
Bring it
Pull them
back.
out a little bit if you can.
Night power, get out.
Just keep walking, he'll follow you.
Keep
I'm kind of afraid of where that guy is. See, we almost
High power, that was you, dude.
lived.
Wait, who's
Right.
that, sorry?
Oh, we did live,
Yeah,
but
it's nothing.
I thought we got far enough. We didn't.
Right?
If you don't see somebody, how you do that to tell like if you're about to get griefed, right?
Here they get out.
Is you know where the spot is, and if you don't see somebody in that spot,
Alright, pull him back.
like
Pull back.
explicitly,
I'm on Lithane, I'm running.
yeah, so annoying. This is the most intense Baron we've ever
Oh,
seen.
heal lift. I died. Yep, nice.
Right, not doing the one mechanic on a single mechanic boss fight. That's crazy.
Yeah, so we had the right idea, we just didn't have the exact right positioning. We need to be a little bit further back. But I saw that there wasn't somebody over here in the spot, so I'm thinking, okay, this guy might be griefing. Maybe he's going to blink over there last second or something, but realistically, probably just griefing.
Alright.
So
I'm just gonna mark.
that means that we... you know, we want to...
But yeah, he has what?
That's a first. I haven't seen a mage do that in fucking.
He's also still moon, so just all the things.
we want to start moving away from the raid, right? Because if anything, they're probably going to blow up in the middle of the raid if they're unaware
Fuck all you guys.
of what's happening, you know?
In my whispers.
So you have to be the one that takes the initiative to move out, and we did a good job there, kind of. It's just that we didn't, like, we didn't move far enough. The range is honestly quite large, so you have to, if you're playing like hardcore or something, you really have to respect that, you know? We got it. Still in the same fucking night fin pool, bro, because... Also, don't fish while you're doing Molten Core. It's not advisable, but, you know.
Now we're good, actually. I'll let.
This is just a pug.
Definitely bring
so.
square back a little, though.
Or not, we didn't get that cast.
There we go.
Lost to the void. Actually, I don't think you lose fishing casts when, like, I'll just get to
Yeah,
cast it
he's-
again.
He's somebody that asked for a guild invite
You-
right before we joined.
You don't lose pool ticks, rather.
He's not
I
an
might need to
actual-
get this dog now, Diamond.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm.
When it's ready, you can.
Just need a tank over here. Yeah.
Okay.
That's still recharging.
Ready in. Going straight into a dog, guys.
I don't like this. In terms of like using your cooldowns, not your cooldowns, I guess, but like your potion CD and your dark rune CD, people will meme and they'll be like, "Oh, use on cooldown, right?" And it's like that is like kind of what you're trying to do, but not really, right? You. You
Oh no. Yeah, we need banish on lava reaver.
This is gonna be tough.
Yeah.
In a situation like this, you want to be ready to fade.
Small lava spawn if we can.
You want to watch.
Oh, this one's dead.
Okay.
Right.
Nice.
You need
Got
a-
him.
Focus
Yeah,
that.
there's nothing we could do there. We're gonna drop this on here. Be ready. It's worth it to get that prayer healing off because
We just don't want to wipe.
anybody that's in that group could have been one tapped by a blossom after that thing. So it's actually, even though we didn't look like we were severely damaged, it was a good opportunity to get an easy
I'm gonna pull the reaver over here.
easy prayer off, right? So
Good job, Warlock's on the banish.
it's just like
Good recovery.
Sorry.
Alright, good
about
reses.
that.
Weird having competent people.
Right.
so this guy is just continuing to like spam dispel, like, you know, that like he's doing 78 HPS. Now, like, HPS is not like the end all be all, right? But you don't want to be in Molten Core doing 78 HPS because you're dispelling debuffs that are irrelevant, you know?
Always on banish, square
Yeah,
duty.
Nate.
You can get them off in situations like this.
Yeah, we just go.
What is- where are these
You're on the
people,
wall,
bro?
we're good.
Still recharging.
Yeah, unless Shamrock dies.
Still recharging.
You can get them off in situations like this, but
Just hold on to your britches.
But the best part is, like, you can't go negative, so you can have the double core hound debuff on you, you can have Incite Flames ×3 on you, and you're still only ever going to be at 0 FR. And the difference between 60 FR and 0 FR is basically nothing. You're still considered poor category, you're going to get a very low amount of partials. So it's just never worth, and it's always better to just be, like, you know, getting huge heals out on people, clutching people, etc., right?
Yo, I'll even fucking damage too.
Waiting on PUO.
Good. Go, go, go.
It's not ready yet. It still isn't ready yet.
So what you want to do here is we want to be casting shields alternating with flashes, and we just got that was bad. They're facing the boss the wrong way, but like those kind of my like you still want to take responsibility when you can, like. Bro, these people, like, 90% of the time it's like warriors pulling thread. It's so annoying. Like, they don't. Warriors are like the most clueless people in the entire game. Like 90% of the time, they have literally like no idea what's. I mean, I feel like people would make that argument about healers, but I honestly think it's like warriors. They're just so Zug brain all the time. Just have no idea what's going on. But like, when they pull threat like that or whatever, it's like so bad because then he turns around and basically just silences the raid. And you know, I think we could have played a little further back, but we kind of pulled quick. So a lot of times, like, people won't be in like a perfect position, and you can move back when you're casting shields, obviously, because you have to deal with the global anyway, so the movement isn't like lost. But at some point, like, you're still hard casting a decent amount of heals that fight. So I don't know.
He was trying to pull his penis out of his computer.
We also should have been orientated towards facing the boss so we can see if he spins around and then stop casting. So I mean, it is ultimately like kind of our mistake at the end of the day too, but it's just like, I don't know. People are just so brain dead.
Alright, Perp, you're always on square.
We also, like I said, we could have been further away. I think it's like a 30-yard range.
Need a banish on square, somebody.
Perp, it has to be you. If it's not gonna be you, I'm gonna put Tom Cruising on it.
Relax. It resisted. We're good.
I think I'm good.
Out, fire.
And he ran out the bot one. Or I trust the man.
So real.
Baron.
We'll like log review this after too. Oh god. Yeah, we could have shielded him, but I actually that was a mistake. We should have shielded him. I thought it was gonna. We actually had the heal start on him kind of early, so I thought it was gonna be okay. But sometimes you just make those mistakes.
Bonus annihilate it. If we kill it fast enough, we can get the dog over the bridge.
The thing is,
Is that a challenge?
he gets like a nice chunk of healing if I'm able to, like, since the flash started early, if that hits on him and then I get the shield right after, the global for the shield isn't, like, we don't suffer from it, right, because we're casting at the end of the flash. Whereas, like, if we interrupt our flash to cast the shield, then we get the heal off faster, which is good, but we don't get as much follow-up healing on him, right? Because now we're locked out of starting the flash for 1.5 seconds. So.
Work on it. I'm trying to get solo queue to figure out the.
So what do you want to come play tank?
I'd be happy to heal.
Alright, actually.
Since he's like flexing, I can't.
Perp and Tom, Moon and
Item yet.
Square.
Tom.
Perp and Tom. Tom and Perp.
We need
Advantage on
advantage.
you.
There we go. We got it. I'm guessing it was.
See, there he was like too low. Whoa,
Tom
holy.
keeps perping on all the little girls.
Blasted.
Alright, that's a man.
Guys,
Someone
relax.
get this man.
That guy just got destroyed,
Get
bro.
ready to get out of fire. Out of fire.
Wizard allows that.
What are you talking about? Lilith was asking about miners earlier.
Funny.
Ooh.
Mining
No,
nodes.
no banishes, please.
Right.
Kill square.
Bro, these. We just. It's so. You're just not expecting that, honestly. I mean.
Oh shit, homie's already looking for the dog.
I don't know, like, how hard it is to just keep a mob faced away from the raid, you know?
Are you kidding? Still?
But I can go back to
Okay.
the
No, I was just wondering in general.
Like, this kid is. He's got his
He ran,
decursive on, and
8
he's just
drags
like.
and didn't get a drop,
He's got his
so.
pedal to the metal. I think the Peggle guy also dispelled a bunch of the melee after the fact on Baron, which is just like. Which is fine to do, like, when you have full mana, but. I mean, I've used.
Firelord far right.
Like,
clear
what,
the
like
mid,
10
or
mana
get
pods
that
so
back
far
in
this
blood.
raid, so this hasn't been like. I mean, we've had mana. It's not like a speed run, but it's not like a recreational run either, you know?
Ooh.
Well, it is, I guess, obviously, but you know what I mean.
Dog's got a big aggro radius, so we might still want to bring that back.
We'll just get this off.
We're good, we're good.
Grab the dog.
No. Use
Joe,
Surger.
No, Surgeon did not pull.
And
No, nice distract. Pull the Surgeon.
Guys, stack up for Surger. The hallway dog is starting to come down.
Big pulls.
Oh.
We got big.
This is, so run away here is what you do. You run away, and then you reassess, and then you start healing. Okay. It doesn't matter because he faced it towards us, but like... God damn it, bro.
Firewalker.
Heals on suture.
Kill the,
Just make sure we don't get one shot.
oh no, it's still coming
You can
down.
see he had heals on him, so it's safe.
Yeah, still pull the ads back. Pull back this way.
Get on the fire. I need re-banishes on these. Re-banishes on these,
Dog
please.
is coming. We all need to be back here.
Re-banishes. I'm gonna go ahead and fap and get the dog.
Oh no, we pulled another dog.
Different dog.
I don't know why that one came
Bro,
out.
these
Right?
people...
Just need re-banishes. Re-banishes, please.
Okay, so we're...
I tried to distract him.
Shit.
Kill skull.
So we're trying to play range, but we can't.
Please
Because
keep up the banishes.
what we wanted to do is, like...
Kill skull, and then we're gonna kill the other dog. Use health potions if we need to. We're not wiping here.
I'll explain what we after... What we're trying to do after. So we can't dispel here because... We can't decurse, we just have to heal for now.
Let's go.
Dispel healers.
Please.
The
Alright,
mage is
we're gonna
tapped
kill.
out.
We're gonna kill square next. Square's next.
If anybody has innervate, toss it on one of the priests.
For future reference rogues, you cannot stealth anywhere near a dog. They have vision.
We're not gonna decurse
Good
any of this stuff until
Really good
our
cleanup. Really good
mana
cleanup,
potion
by the way.
comes back
Yeah,
up.
we only lost a few. We're good.
We can start working on it now, because...
And on right side, all trash is gone. But one mob.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, I thought the vanish would work, but apparently no.
Yeah,
It
it
was,
doesn't.
it was a good college try.
Get some reses out, guys. Res and rebuff, please.
Yeah, so what that guy called for was, like, really bad there in terms of, like, you know, dispels, like... In a situation like that where it's like an emergency, like I try and be on top of dispels because obviously just getting the HP dispels off is huge. Those are different obviously, but we got the cast and attack speed curse. That is obviously something you want to get off quick because you don't want it like slowing down your run, but you don't want to dispel it in a situation like that. It's just more important to keep people alive. However, what we were trying to do there with the dog situation is if you can actually outrange the I believe the thing that they do where they what do you call it? They do like a blind on everybody. I forget what it's actually called. You guys know what I'm talking about. The disorientate.
Alright, I'll do this.
But
Yeah.
so we got 2 forts out there. We're gonna walk towards this and gain mana. Okay, we're just gonna sit here for now.
Pulled rage mob.
Rage mob, guys. Slow DPS.
We're just gonna
slow DPS.
let this. We're gonna get max out of this, and then we'll just take them. So, yeah, I was trying to max range the disorientate because it's actually magic debuff, and you can dispel it off of other people if you're not in range and get hit with it yourself, right? The problem is, in a lot of cases, just due to your positioning, and like especially if a dog pulls like you know, it's not an intentional pull, it's kind of difficult because you're normally in range of it, right? So you're normally going to get hit by it if there's like an accidental pull, because it's obviously accidental, right? And sometimes even you know, they'll just pull stuff like right into the group anyway, and that that'll see this. You have to be careful stopping, right? I was like wondering how far he was gonna go.
No reason I shouldn't be group.
Shit. Gotta be very careful. This is another thing where you're absolutely not dispelling here, right? Because like the dots don't matter. It's like the dots are doing small amount of damage. Like over time, now you can start to dispel, right? But you don't dispel at the start of that.
If anybody has a kick, they should.
Yeah, generally, yeah. And if they have energy rage.
So.
See, who says you need a fucking shield to tank, man?
We're just gonna cheese shield in this guy here. For a little bit of cheese, you know, because we're gonna get our mana back anyway. You can slip in some cheese here and there.
Yeah, Broodlord.
But, yeah, so we were trying to play max range to get away from the disorientate, but the problem was, is I noticed the tank was starting to go down. And we had to, we crossed back over to get the shield off, right? So,
Hey, we didn't get Vendor Strike. That's good.
so yeah, it's just...
Wait, the bow?
It was a good thought, but, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. It is what it is.
Wow. 2 robes of volatile power tonight.
That's huge.
That is actually kind of crazy.
Oh shit, dude, hand a rag.
So we noticed how we worked our way towards the way we were coming, right? And that gives us more, like, leeway when we're drink walking past. So now we're already at full mana.
Zach, Surger.
Looking good, boys. Looking good. Bobbing and weaving.
Down to Gar. Or not Gar, you know what I mean. Fucking Gold Mag.
We're gonna wait for this dog to come
We're going
back up.
back to Darzer.
It's still recharging.
Alright, dog pull. Taunting.
Deal drugs after this raid.
And schedule 1.
We had to abandon the fishing because things got a bit too
It's a
intense.
fun game. I'm actually really thinking about getting it.
You should, honestly, and I'm not.
Is it that fun? Is it that good?
I mean, realistically, our character just logged out because we haven't touched it in a bit. We could bet, like...
I'm getting it tonight.
Not as addicting as the drugs you're selling.
Probably wait for
What
this
game
dog to
again?
pet.
Alright. We're gonna do
So we know we're going to get a drink, so we don't mind even flash healing some of these people back to full, right? It's
Pull
just
this
like,
right in
whatever.
first, that's fine.
He's still got rage, so I'm going to just shield him.
Still recharging.
Oh, I thought they were doing a lava pack. That's fine, though.
No.
We're going to try and get forts on these people, too. Again, you should have fort bound. I do have fort bound. I just don't know on this character, because... This is what happens when you have 4 characters and you're trolling and you don't do your keybinds all at once. You just like, you're like, oh, I have fort bound, and then you go to like press the button and you're like, oh. And then it just like persists from week to week to week because you log on this character for to raid log basically,
Firelord will be a rage
and the
mob.
cycle repeats itself. So just take your time and set up your binds. Don't be like me.
Hey, who says you need a fucking raid of 50 million warriors?
It changes.
Shamrock is.
I'm not gonna bother
Bro,
praying
I-
this.
Or
It's like
I
whatever.
tell everyone, and they don't listen. Rogues and warriors
Such
are
a boring
interchangeable.
raid.
I don't have this debuff showing. I probably should just have it show
I think they are.
as a lower
Especially now
priority.
when ZG buff comes out.
Oh, okay,
But it's just such a.
okay.
I just don't care about that debuff realistically. It's just
We're
like
only at
whatever.
12 minutes on our 30-minute or 60 god.
Yeah, I'm pulling the rage mob.
I think my Songflower faded. Oh no, it's not. Okay, I think at 12 minutes.
Rage
Nice.
mob guys, slow DPS. Slow to no DPS. Pretty much is auto attack. Yeah, no major speed casting.
Druid, you're gonna get
So we should have Songflower for Domo at least, which is the harder boss, I think, in my opinion.
Alright, ready
We can talk a little bit about rag positioning as well.
We're gonna tank boss freeze out. We're gonna pull the ads up.
Pull the
Sure, you
ads.
think no?
I already have them. Druid is getting square.
Pick up your ads.
That shield was to just buy time in case we need to go
right there's
back
fine.
onto Z. See, they're spreading out like quite a bit here. It's a little, you don't need to do it like this much, but like the strategy is sound. It's just, it's whatever though. It's not that big a deal.
Run to the front if you pull the aggro. Run to the front.
Oh, this guy's getting blasted, I think. He might... Okay, he actually dropped threat. I could see it on my frame, but I was like, he's still probably high. So he might just take it back at any moment. So sometimes if I see somebody like that, I'll just like... Just toss the shield anyway. Tossing that. See, it does to catch back up on him. We're just gonna drop a rune here. I'm gonna get back into range of everybody here. Ah, that was bad. We canceled. That would have been a good heal. Sometimes you just cancel too much. It's like, it is what it is, but... This guy's getting blasted again. Can we send it? We should actually have the boss targeted, so...
Alright, can I have a dowser, please?
Make
Yeah,
sure to
we got
watch
these
people that have high
spell
amount of
power.
stacks.
Spell power, enchant.
And that push.
That's actually crazy.
Is that the one
Bush
you
isn't
needed?
even here.
No, I need healing.
Damn.
Do we have anybody that has enchanting?
We're gonna get time to drink, so I don't really mind.
Mage Blade
too.
user.
And Mage
That's
Blade. Wow.
insane.
It's like the
And
few times where news are
Rogue,
useful, right?
So they're a really good run.
This is the one night Bush.
Alright, okay.
That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Look at this.
Boy, I've missed you, man.
30 spell power too.
Take to the ones the smoothest run.
Shit.
And
I'm just gonna
I'm
drink.
gonna roll
Well,
stuff now because
should
I
be
have
fine.
to. We're actually gonna open this roll to enchanters only because our guild does not need
You have to be careful not to pull this.
If you were an enchanter right now.
I'll tell you as a tip about Domo too, as a caster.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an anti-tip if you're trying to cheese, I guess, but if you're actually trying to like do the fight, it's fine. Type 1 if you are a 300 enchanter. That's me, bro. JK.
Yeah.
We're just gonna full drink here because I don't know if they're gonna actually try and go right into boss, so I don't really. We're just gonna full drink. We lied. We had to ego.
Okay.
This guy is just like dispelling everything for no reason, so it's like my ego's
Ugly and
coming out, you know.
ugly.
We're seeing dark power word heal start to emerge.
Can't use that item yet.
Congrats, money.
Do you know that I actually...
This is no 3 set, by the way, for this run. We have 2 set on this
We're
character.
doing
Hopefully we will
the
have
2
3 set at the
athletes,
end.
And and then we're doing the 2 left healers, and then the 2 right healers, and the 2 right elites. So reverse.
Can you mark that?
I'm not even at the boss.
I wish if you moused over this, like I could see my dispels here. Like I can see the target, but I think if you shift click, I don't want to. I'll check it after. I think it like. I want to like delete it or something though.
We just need mages to shoot the healers off the rip. So the healers will be the mage sheeps. Everything else is tanks. Hopefully we have 4 competent mages of like the 7 of you. 6 of you. Yep. Healers are all mages. The elites are tanks. As well as the boss, but you'll be taking boss. Smoke break can be after we kill Rag in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Just 6 minutes left on wind.
I know.
My songflower. We didn't. I need to put a weak aura for this too. The grog. It's bad that we don't have one.
My kills on you. Nick?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, mages, you all
I don't have a spirit showing on this because you can't show it for only specific classes, and it's just like I don't know. Like if you die, I just don't care. You know, like I'm not respiriting you and refording people. I mean, I'll do it in a situation like this, but I'm usually running like faster runs. So.
Yeah, but we need a tank.
What is this guy's name
2 tanks on the
though?
right side.
Boom.
For the elites.
What is this guy?
Alright, so we're gonna have.
Oh, it's a shaman. Yeah, this is like shamans ask for spirit man. It's like this does nothing for you.
You don't need a
Bro.
mark boss.
He got it already. Okay.
Mark an elite.
Like it literally basically
star.
does. I mean, it's not true.
Okay,
It obviously
Shamrock
does something when
star.
they're drinking, but it's
Joey,
like
you're gonna
it's
get
just.
the non-marked one. Shamrock is gonna get star. We're gonna kill.
So the tip for this is like if they get innervated too, but I mean most people aren't innervating shamans, although I have no idea what this druid's innervating because I haven't received a single innervate.
You just have Suture taking the 2 elites then?
Probably himself, I assume. We'll see in the logs after.
Just leave him down.
But
Dig.
we're gonna get some shields out.
Sheeping. You were sheeping.
You notice we used like basically 250 water in this raid, and that can be the case if you get the opportunity to drink enough.
I can't use that item yet.
Ready check here?
Hopefully these mages understand.
Recharging.
So the positioning on this, like you don't want to be in the clump, because then you're gonna take like damage. Bro, this guy has spirit. He literally has spirit. He has 30 minutes on spirit. Like, what is he talking?
I mean, to be honest, Shamrock, you just tank it until another tank gets there.
Like,
Ideally. Alright guys, let's go. Sheep, 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 sheep. Please, to God, mages. Alright, there we go. Kill Skull, guys.
especially like, going into a fight, like it's.
Need to pick up the circle? Perfect. Alright, cleave these 2 elites down.
We're on perma sheep duty.
Alright, kill X. Kill X.
I think this is gonna be an easy fight, cause.
I'm gonna banish this aggro.
Yeah, whatever.
I just DC'd, I think.
Alright, we
Like
are
he was gonna get
killing
blasted.
Diamond, guys. Diamond. Diamond and Moon. Oh, okay. Just kidding. Kill Circle because it's out for some
I'm gonna
reason.
move
Kill
to get a
Circle.
bit better
Diamond.
of an
Kill
angle
Circle and
here.
Diamond. Circle and Diamond.
Honestly, I'm about to kill this star. And Zavazor just DPSing them all.
Alright, yep. Kill Diamond. Melee watch. Reflect is up. Don't kill yourself. After Diamond, we're gonna kill Moon and Triangle. Moon and Triangle.
Moon and Triangle are out.
Mine just died.
Alright, I need... Okay, good job. Kill Moon, kill Moon.
We're switching to more efficient heals here.
Almost to the promised land. We're killing Triangle now. Melee watch for DPS. Don't kill yourself with the debuff. Alright, finish up the last elite.
Oh, we didn't even
and,
use
we'll
our
do the
thing.
boss.
My mana is
Oh, we're just not gonna do it now. For some reason, my keybind's not working, I guess. It's whatever.
Shit.
To take them off.
We saved the mana potion, guys. It's because if you're like,
Oh,
okay,
we're
it's whatever.
Molly fine. Nice. Congrats, Sugar Bear.
Finally.
It's because if you're spamming it like while something else, like while you're in GCD, it doesn't go off. I don't think so. You have to be careful. You have to like push these with intention. It was kind of a mistake there. Didn't really matter too much. We didn't end up really needing it. But that's a good example of like, I think we actually were in the clump, but they kind of moved things to us. So I don't know. We didn't really do a good job of explaining or demonstrating the positioning there, but it was a good job of showing like how at the start of the fight when things are kind of going crazy, you just drop the flash shields and shields to get through, and then when things start to stabilize more, you obviously switch over to
What are you doing?
you know the heals that are more efficient, stuff like that, right?
Throwing a little bit more fire res for Rag.
Tanks still have buffs, right?
Yeah, I still have my Sunflower is running out right now. My War Chief's Blessing is running out. But I still have Dire Maul and Dragon Slayer.
Perfect, that's all I need.
Careful, because we still have Maul creeping around the corner. It's going to be right here.
My boost!
What the fuck? Why this?
I know, Sunflower's running out.
Oh, dude, I lost mine. Fucking before Baron. I don't care.
Oh, okay. One man loses his buffs. We gotta call the whole run, go back to order, get our buff.
Dude, whatever, let's go.
I second that.
Now, if it was tanks, I would understand.
So we're like the sole thing on trans legs. So I'm curious if these people have them. I didn't even look. Honestly, I should have looked. I'm kind of trolling on that.
Gamers,
But...
we're gonna go ahead and pull this Annihilator.
No, this guy doesn't. Okay, yeah. So it was a good call to. What did that guy even? He.
We're gonna one-shot this boss. BWL is tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, he just got gamed on.
Do I have an inserter?
Yep.
We're doing Cody tonight still?
Nah.
What?
We might as well. We already have.
Yeah. I mean.
I'll actually go to an
you guys
Oni.
were
I mean,
Oni.
it depends on how many people would stay. Essentially.
I don't mind going to an Oni, especially if they're gonna do it the
We'll
whole
do
raid.
a ready check after we're all done with loot. If you want to stay for Oni, maybe we'll do one
Back up.
if enough people stay.
If this does this druid have?
In the Surger.
Back for surgery.
Okay, well, there's that.
Everyone's still running, so. I think if you kill Oni, it gives you rank 14 automatically.
Dude.
Oh, real.
I'm gonna see if this druid has
Hey, gamers, let's get into position. Please, no one talk to the guy. Please do not.
We got one more surgery here on the left.
Yeah, just gonna wait for people.
Yeah, let's all get up here. Stack up, guys.
This is so bad to pull him like this because it's like. Okay, that guy got res, but he just didn't.
3 minutes in my bonkers.
I don't want to hear it. I've lost 2 already. I don't hear
It's so nice making it the Rag with roll buffs for once.
Alright, guys, get to positions. Anyone needs buffs, please put them in chat. We
So
need a
this
res
is
up.
like the optimal rag position in my opinion, because you can hit the melee and hit the tanks.
Res, good job. Spot buff.
Depending
Go
on if you
pets,
can
please.
get there or not is a different story, you know. Like
2 weeks behind. I'm like.
sometimes people like shamans take the spot. I mean, sometimes shamans just stand here and heal the
Shaman
melee.
tank area.
That's where like you can have a couple shamans be here. You can have a shaman be where I am. You can kind of step over here. You can double stack over here.
Yeah, money, you
Like,
don't want to be over by a tank.
We didn't get any core leather. We didn't get the leather gloves.
There's a bunch of room.
I think
This island is generally underutilized
We did,
in general. If you were only tank healing, you could be like back over here.
Fucking know where to stand. Okay.
I think we're far enough away from this guy. It's not really a big deal. We're probably not going to wipe on this boss, so who cares?
Guys, if you have fire pots, this is where you'd be popping them.
I will be using a greater fire protection to begin this fight.
Oh no. Should I just pop a pot here? I mean, they're so expensive. I'm not even gonna, bro. YOLO. Bad raider.
No, we did not. We're just waiting here. We need to do a ready check still before we do.
Yeah, could we stack a little tighter, a little more spread out, ranged, or like all over each other, please?
Yeah, range, spread out, spread away. Healers get priority on spots, so spread out if
Range
you can.
10 no longer works. They broke it due to retail reasons. Blizzard broke it intentionally.
Doesn't matter who talks to the boss.
Nope. Just let me know when we're ready. We're good? Okay, I'm gonna pull it.
Go ahead and do it.
You guys,
Great, you just fucked up our loot.
you guys are better off standing on top of each other than spread out. Yeah, just stand on top of each other if you guys are close.
Stand in pairs.
Yeah, it's kind of the AQ strat. If it's too much at once, you just double up. That way you can be spread apart in groups.
We got a minute to combat, boys.
Like you guys
Okay, so this is, you should actually probably have DBM so you can see like stuff like this.
7 seconds.
have all that space to the right. Yeah, there you go.
I just ask usually.
Give me a second to get threat.
It's probably like about now. You don't want to shield the tanks here probably, but you want to be ready to like
Out.
to kind of go at them immediately, you know.
Field is lost.
Technically better to shield rogues than warriors because like warriors getting
8 seconds.
getting hit will give them some rage, right? So
Let's get those totems down.
Make sure we have fire res totem down in tank group. Good job. Yeah, I see it.
reshield ourselves. It's huge. I think it's gonna be soon.
Died.
I think it's like
Grab
right
aggro for
now.
a second.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad heal.
Alright.
I think you guys should be good to go.
Two against tanking, maybe?
So this is a fight where you
Absolutely.
kind of need to watch the tanks, honestly, because like it's
Melee, get ready to get out.
kind of blasted.
Melee out for the reg.
Give me a second to react.
Melee out.
That's a great veteran. Champ.
You want to heal ourselves here a little bit.
Melee, get ready to get out. And melee out. Wait for the boot.
Shit. Oh, that's bad. I'm fine. Oh!
Coming back.
Hmm? You can slow fall yourself, but I thought I was fine. Oh well, that's whatever. It's kind of a bad ending, but I do have levitates on me.
Melee, get ready to get out. Melee out. Mage, get out of the melee ASAP. Mage, get out of the melee ASAP.
I mean, I don't know
Mage,
why.
get out of the
There's-
melee. Wake the fuck up.
It doesn't even look like there's ground under me. I thought I was like so fine there, I don't know. Like I could tell when I was falling, I was like, oh, I'm good. And I guess I'm not good, but it's probably gonna be
Melee,
okay.
get ready to go out soon.
That was fine though.
And
I think
go
we're gonna
out.
kill the boss.
Where's the boot?
You should actually just have yourself probably like pre
Melee in.
Nah, actually you should probably do it reactively because you want to do it like you want to fall so you can get back quicker, but you want to like obviously if you're gonna hit ground you want to
Nate is up. He just didn't have aggro.
Camera for the win.
I am struggling.
you want
Yeah,
to
we just
like
need to
do it
fall.
right before you hit the ground. So you learn something new every run, you know.
Alright, boys.
Suture could even take it. Anybody?
That was
Good shit, guys.
They don't want you to
Technically
have
my
world
bad, I
buffs.
guess, though.
No. Massive knock. Am I gonna die? No.
They don't want you to have world buffs. Wait, did OSC drop?
Onslaught
Yep.
did drop.
Sure did.
My
So
+1 is
disgusting,
OSC as well.
bro.
Yeah, I have a
Okay.
Still no pants,
Put
man.
square on me.
I get that good class.
We'll get reses. Everyone will stack on Lithane at square, and then we will do loot. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We are recruiting. If you came here today as a PuG, please message Lithane after the raid.
Alright, we're gonna
GWL tomorrow.
We're gonna look at
and if you
Warcraft
look
logs and
there's
just
a
see
sign-up
if
for
anybody
Discord.
was live logging, and then we can like
We also
do a
are
log
gonna
review
try to
here.
do Oni after this, so if you guys want to stay, we'll do a ready check. So you're staying for Oni.
I'll do an Oni commentator too. I'll do that. Doesn't look like
Oh,
somebody
my panties dropped.
live logged. Oh, actually, hold on.
Yeah, I'm never putting a shield on ever again. That was so
All right.
disgusting.
It's not the Moon Classic. It's
No, it's not.
funny because I was about to throw on a shield and shield wall. And
Looks
he
like
goes, no, he's up.
March.
So then I used Wreck instead and got absolutely demolished.
Dude, I saw you walk right here and you fucking fell.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna start doing loot. This is gonna be for druids, our druids. I think it's just heavy, right? Suture, I don't know if you want that for off spec.
Nah, I've got full set.
Can I ping myself here?
Alright.
Life of a druid. Must be nice.
What a black.
Yeah,
Give me back there.
I'm kind of curious.
Alright. Heavy dark iron ring, specifically really good for bear tanks.
Not enough mana.
Oh, Suture got that too, just balling, I guess.
Item yet.
Yeah. Well, when you're the main tank and you run a guild, you know.
Yeah.
That's still
Let's see.
Alright, we'll get heady for off spec.
Yeah, bro, we got. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, that's why. Yeah.
Heady crate
So
for
there
me.
is ground right underneath there, basically.
Night Slayer pants, this is for rogues. Item SR by Lidocaine. Lidocaine, go ahead and roll for me for the
Oh shit.
add-on, please. Thank you.
Good thing it was only
Good.
you.
Good thing you SR'd that, man. Holy.
Guys, if you are standing on Lithane, it'll auto-trade you your loot if you win it. Alright, Earth Fury leggings, this is Shamans. It is open roll, there are no SRs. If you do have a +1 and I don't notice it, please just speak up in raid chat.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep checking
La Hunter's pet. It's
just to see if they
Congrats,
upload.
Bam.
He's cooking right now.
I should honestly have logged this myself, but
Deep Earth Shoulders.
Those are Ellie shoulders, damn.
There you go.
Yep.
Big row.
I wish Ellie was viable in Classic.
It is a neck. It is PvP.
yeah, I don't think we're gonna get. I think I just
Next
wanted to look at
level
like the
rogues.
actual dispel,
This
like
is, overall.
count for the relevant
Oh, there's
debuffs.
100.
That's all.
No, maybe we can
Rolled
see
open
from here.
anymore.
Hold on.
That's an HR.
Oh shit! I don't want to do that. Is it control? Okay.
Congrats. First, Robes of Alto Power.
Dispels of
We'll just
Catholic.
give this out to the two top rolls. Or actually, one was reserved
Doesn't
to
seem like it's working
Perp, and
very
then the other
well.
one will go to the next top roller.
All of Mage with a 99.
Holy shit, dude.
I think that you
Why is
should.
my
Maybe
head
it's a
up?
different
Hang on,
plugin we
hang on
need.
1 second. Perp.
I don't think Perp rolled.
Perp didn't roll.
Oh, that's why.
He's
Okay.
getting one automatically, so.
Yeah. So call
Yeah,
him.
like
Gonna
it-
get this one Perp. I'm gonna hand you the next one.
I don't know. We're unable
Alright,
to figure out
Make sure you
what was
roll,
actually
guys.
dispelled, but I can guarantee you that we're getting the
please roll
relevant
for this
debuffs
for the
here.
add-on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It won't even let me see for myself, huh?
Hello.
Oh my god.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, I think it's just bugged. It's alright.
Maybe.
Or I don't have the plugin, I guess. Well, run went fine, but just no loot. It's whatever.
Drillborn
But
disc. This is going to main spec tanks first.
I'm going to, I'll be right back. I'm just going to end this because I did like a whole, I commentated the entire MC. So I'm just going to end this so I can just export it to YouTube, but I'm coming right back. So thank you guys for watching if you're watching the YouTube video. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, it's